Okay, so this video is going to be about how I passed my state board exam. I'm in the state of Ohio, but this really applies to anybody because it's kind of all the same sense, no matter what state you're in. I'm in the state of Ohio, and when I was looking for tips on YouTube or TikTok, I couldn't find many people in Ohio, but I did find other people in other states. So I'm going to just share my tips with you. When I was in school, in college school, for when I was in school for 18 months, because it was a degree program. So I have a degree and I have my cosmetology license. And when we would take our state board exam, not the practical, but the written exam, and I get my test back, I would always write down all the questions I got wrong. Then I would just study those questions. So I'm going to show you, just like different things that I had. Because I took this seriously, like I didn't play about it. I created a folder. It was just for Cosmetology State Board. And I also had a notebook. The notebook is full to capacity with nothing but State Board tips and notes that I took throughout my 18 months. I finished school in July. I went to State Board in September. So, same thing. More notes, more notes, more notes. So, not only did I study my notes, like I had got all my exams back from my teachers. So I'm gonna show you all the exams. So this one I never got a chance to take, but I took this one. This is one. Took this one. Took this one. Took this one, right? And I just studied those. And anything that I knew was like my weak area, I practiced over and over and over. But the thing that was like the most helpful out of everything that I did was go to the state that I live in, which is Ohio State Cosmetology and Barber Board. They have a tip packet right on the website. You can download it. When I was in school, I had my teacher print it off for me. And it tells you every single thing that's on the test. And it tells you the amount of questions you have in each category. So infection control had 24 questions. Product knowledge and chemistry had 5. Implement tools and equipment and electricity was 8 questions. Anatomy and physiology was 27 questions. But it even goes into detail and it breaks it down exactly what they're going to be asking you. So it's not like you're going to get there and it's going to be like a jack in the box. You don't know what's going to come out on the test. Because this literally tells you every single thing that's on the test. I don't know about the state you live in, but the state that I live in, this is there. If not, even when you are in a different state, if you don't see this on the website, call and ask, do they have a tip packet that's on a website that you may not see? Because State Board is here to help. They're not here to just pass out fines and deregulate and come in and be mean. They are here to help us. When I went down to State Board, they was nice. They weren't weird. They wasn't mean. They was nice. They was on their job, making sure I knew how to do my job properly so I can be licensed. And that's it. But this is not about practical. This is straight theory. So theory, you needed to know all of this stuff. And it tells you every single thing. I'm not going to go into detail about what it says. But as you can see, I have check marks. I put check marks next to everything. So I knew that I studied all of this stuff before I went down to State Board to take the exam. On this sheet, as you can see, I did not study this stuff, right? And these were the areas I got the most wrong in. Although I still passed my first time and I didn't flunk the test because it was only 7 questions out of 100. But I did not study these, and out of the 7 that I didn't study because I kind of felt like I knew it, I probably got out of the 7, I probably got 5 right and 2 wrong out the 7 questions over here. So anything that I was comfortable in, I didn't waste my time studying on. But I knew infection control and anatomy was the most important things. So that's what I did my main focus on. The book that my school taught from was the Milady book. I have the small exam review. At first, I was strictly studying from the exam review and it was working. But I felt like with this, I was just trying to remember the questions and the answers. And that's not something that I wanted to do. because I actually wanted to have a thorough understanding of what I was talking about when I got into my field, and not just trying to memorize some questions just to pass an exam. Then I get into the field and I don't know what the lingo is in this field. So I wanted to be really knowledgeable on the field. In the middle of my, I guess, whatever you want to call it, semester when I was in school, I was able to get a hard copy. Because my school did digital, but I was able to get me a hard copy. And literally everything that's on this test that they say they testing us on, when I opened up the book and I went to each chapter, it was right in order. That's how I was able to cross this stuff off like this. It was in order. When I opened this Milady book, it was in order. Like, seriously, like, it wasn't hard to find this stuff. It was literally right in the book. So whether you have the digital copy or the hard copy, if you practice and take it seriously, and I wasn't going out, I wasn't partying, I wasn't drinking, smoking, kicking it. I was not doing none of that. So at the time when I was studying for my exam, because I just really wanted to have it done and be done with it, because I knew I wanted to start working full time in the salon by the time the fall came. So that was my goal I had set for myself, knowing I had finished school in July and being licensed by September, because I did not want to go to state board in the middle of the winter, because like right now it's like in the negatives. Like, that's ridiculous. But that's all that I did. It's like, it's no magic tricks. I was disciplined and I set goals for myself until I met those goals. I studied. If I had any questions, I called state board. I booked me a hotel like a week or two before. I paid for it. I drove down to Columbus, which is 2 hours away from where I live. I went in. I didn't really study much the night before, because at that point I feel like it's either you know it or you don't know it. Then that was it. Then I passed and I was done. But if you want more like details about the day, or details about cosmetology and the whole exam and studying, just leave me a comment and then I'll go ahead and provide more details for you. I just talked about all that and he just wants a garbage 7 minutes. So